it's me, Canadensis, and today's video is going to be my reaction to the new Monster High doll images. I looked at these a little bit this morning, and I'm so excited about them, but I've been busy all day, so I haven't been able to sit down and make a video about my thoughts on them. I have seen the other Monster High doll leaks that have happened. I've seen other Monster High related leaks, but I can't discuss them. Legally, I can't. Morally, I can't really discuss leaks because if something were to change, I don't want to be the bearer of misinformation. However, these are officially posted on somebody who works at Mattel, their portfolio website. So these, even though Mattel probably didn't want them to be posted, are legally obtainable on the internet. So this is OlenaZattler.com. OlenaZattler.com and Olena Studio. And would you looky here, Monster High. So this is, from what I understand, this seems to be a graphic designer, and they seem to be doing a lot of social media and other type stuff. So you can see they designed Barbie's Amazon page images, for example. And for Monster High, it seems that they did some social media stuff. So we have some phone backgrounds here. We have some other stuff. So this is clearly an Instagram post. Wait, what's my Monster High name? Let's see. We got Stitches of creepy. I don't know about that one. Anyway, so what's all this? Can you imagine just out of all of these posts that I mean they're interesting. Like this is a design for like a booth, possibly Toy Fair Sweet Sweet. We'll have to see, and you can see some like little product mock-ups, the cute shelf mock-ups, some I guess apparel is what they're showing here. Pretty cool. But obviously this is what we're the most interested in. So here we have our first legal official images of the Monster High dolls, and I am so impressed. I did not expect them to look this good. I understand completely if you guys don't like them. I'm not trying to be like, "Oh my God, these are perfect and amazing." But for me, this was best case scenario. I knew that they weren't going to be the originals, and I honestly didn't want them to be. I really like seeing change personally. I have hundreds of I think I have like over 200 of the original Monster High dolls. I love them. They're relatively easy to get a hold of secondhand. Like I wanted to see something new. I wanted to see what a new team of designers could do without feeling limited to the original look, and they did it. They killed it here. You can definitely see the inspiration of the team in Wild Heart's crew and the She-Ra dolls that Mattel made. You can see those here, but these are very impressive, honestly. They're clearly based off of movie looks, the Monster High movie, which I know nothing about. Dracula specifically, I'm extremely impressed with. I think her face is just solid, and I love that even though in the movie they don't quite look like this, they've still stylized them and given them the proper, well, like not the proper skin tones, I guess, but like the canon skin tones from the original Monster High. Other than Frankie looks a bit gray, I think, but it could just be this image. I'm not sure. These, at least in Frankie's case, if we were to zoom in, sh they look, their eyes look kind of hand painted, but the other two look very printed. If you can see that, they look so good. So first we're gonna look at Dracula, which Dracula is not my favorite. Dracula almost never is my favorite in a line. I don't know, just me and Dracula don't get along, I guess. But I think out of these three, the Dracula is the best one. Oh my God, she looks amazing. So I love this spider web witch hat, and the hair looks gorgeous. Looks like, I mean, if God wills it, it is Saran. But I don't know. Hopefully it is. Beautiful. It's got the split style. I like these earrings. I love that she finally has elf ears because it's kind of a thing in media for some reason to give vampires elf ears, and I really like it. And she's got them here. I also really appreciate that the ears aren't flat to the face because one of the big important accessories that a lot of Monster High dolls come with, um, are the earrings. They always had distinct earrings and shoes and other things like that. So I really like that the ears are more prominent, and you can see that on Frankie's doll too. Their ears are also very prominent. So I'm excited to see Laguna, honestly, because it always bummed me out that so many of the characters that had really interesting ear molds were kind of like flat against the face and hidden, and I think this looks absolutely beautiful. Dracula now has a smaller cheek heart. It's a little bit up higher, and it is black instead of red. Although I'm sure she's had dolls with black on him before. It's just not on the top of my head. I really like this makeup style too. I don't want to say anything about whether these are going to be pixelated or not because honestly, these are probably like hand painted or specifically stamped because they were done for this picture. It's fine. I love them. I love the thick eyebrows also. I know a lot of people really don't like this thick eyebrow thing, but I personally love it. And her her I just I'm very impressed. I'm very, very impressed. They're definitely a lot sweeter looking, but not in the same way as the reboot, where I still think they have their edge. I do think they could be a bit edgier, like instead of having the smile, having a slight pout or something would make them like top tier. These are just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dolls. These are definitely going to be some of my all-time favorite dolls. Like, I already know it. They look so good. I really do think the hair looks saran, but it could be anything else, honestly. And then we've got this bow, which definitely looks like a fabric bow, which for Monster High, having a fabric neck bow is very impressive, actually. Most Monster Idols have, like, weird giant plastic accessories in that realm, so that if that's actually fabric, that is gorgeous. It looks like that pleather fabric, and it just looks too thin and like naturally puckered to be plastic, but it could just be really well done plastic. And then we have what honestly kind of looks like a crushed velvet material. Obviously, it's not actually crushed velvet, but some kind of like suede mimic material. Beautiful. Love the netted sleeves. So, so cool. You can see articulation right here. From the look of that, that is an all new body. You can see the hopefully you can see it. It's right there. Um, I don't know how to describe it, but it's a rectangle cutout. That doesn't look like any Mattel bodies that I know of. From an alleged Clio leak that I saw, they kind of look like they're on the She-Ra bodies, but this tells me they're not. And I also am seeing different body types here, which is very exciting. And then this looks like a skirt that has very similar fabric to the Ghouls Rule Dracula doll. Anyway, Dracula just looks amazing. The eye style is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And very Monster High. The biggest change I'm seeing with these, other than that they have more smiley, less like neutral expressions, which a lot of people don't like the smiley expressions. I personally really like it, but I understand why others don't. They have thinner heads. They kind of have more realistic, obviously not like realistic, but they don't have the big circular heads. Instead, they have like much more slim heads, which is a very interesting choice. And I think they killed it with the proportions. Like I think they look really good. All right, now for Clawdeen. I'm really, really partial to Clawdeen having glasses. I really like it. I don't know why people are so up in arms about Clawdeen having glasses when Claudia always had glasses, and also, like, people can wear contacts. And this is a reboot. These aren't the same characters, but whatever. She has this really cute little top knot. For some reason, there's a rubber band here, too. Probably just on the prototype. And then I like the ear mold a lot, too. I'm very glad that they're not purple. For some reason, allegedly, possibly in the movie, that her ears are, like, purple. I don't know. I really love the hair color. Really, really cute. I like that they're inspired by the looks that the actors have in the movie, but not like directly. I just think it's really interesting, and they're going to be able to use these same like molds and stuff for the cartoon as well. I assume they're going to. Love, love the earrings. And this is very interesting. So if you look at the fabric on this jacket, it's very Bratz looking. That's like a real textile they're using, which Monster High, I can't say one time they used this like cargo type material. So I'm impressed. Mattel tends to avoid actual like clothing grade materials at all cost. So it's very interesting to see. I mean, right here, suede, this it doesn't look printed to me. It really doesn't. It could be just really well printed, but this looks like something that like Mycene, and I know Mycene's Mattel, but I'm saying in the past decade you don't see materials like this. Something Bratz would be using, Rainbow High would be using, and then Frankie seems to have. I mean, this Letterman jacket's awesome, but I'm pretty sure this is a lot of printed on detail, unfortunately. But it does look like a better material, but we can't know for sure. I really like the shape of Claudine's glasses. I love the big furry eyebrows. Really, really beautiful. The big eyes, and look at like the amount of detail and like the slight glow to her eyes. It's so beautiful. And I love the nose. Thank you. in G1 of Monster High, it feels weird to say that, but in G1 of Monster High, they just didn't have like noses for some reason. It was kind of weird. And this, it's beautiful. I can't wait to see Toralei because Toralei has been confirmed allegedly. This is from youloveit.com, by the way. Um, Toralei was confirmed for, yeah, as a Walmart exclusive. So, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. Now we just need Abby, which Abby was in. I mean, allegedly Abby's in the movie, so like the little choker a lot. It looks like a little Pet Shop accessory though, and I like the proportion of the neck and the head a lot. I don't. I just really am impressed. I'm really impressed. They remind me a lot of the She-Ra dolls, which is a huge positive for me. And then this looks like fur on the collar. It's more of that like not as nice feeling fur material, but that doesn't really mean anything, does it? Possibly overall. No, I guess that's a tank top and then some kind of undershirt. And I like the foiling a lot. These materials that are being used just do not remind me of Monster High. And I love Monster High. They were what got me into collecting dolls. They mean a heck of a lot to me. But when I discuss Monster High compared to other doll lines, one of the biggest detriments to Monster High is that they just refuse to use like clothing grade materials. It was always printed on fabric, plasticky fabric with like foiling, which isn't a bad thing. But when you're looking at them compared to a lot of other fashion dolls, it was kind of, I don't know. I feel like Monster High is like the strength of Monster High was more the design of the doll as she was. I never really felt like I could do a lot of mixing and matching with their clothing, although I did do that a lot as a teenager. But I never really liked anything that I came up with. But and a lot of Monster High dolls are just like wearing a mini dress and shoes and earrings and they call it a day there. They'll have some kind of like belt or something. These have a lot of layers for Monster High. Like it's just really impressive to me. Absolutely gorgeous. And I love these freckles. I love them. It's so cute. And then Frankie Stein. So they okay, I don't like the shaved side on this particular doll in this particular picture. Now I could like it in another picture, I don't know. But just in this particular image, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's very cute. I think the printing, I really like the piercing in the eyebrow. That is so cute. And it's meant to look like a staple more than an actual piercing, but it's so cute. That looks really, really fake and printed, and obviously it is. But also, this is interesting. This, oh, sorry, this. Oh, you can't see my mouse. Great. This barrette here, that doesn't look like it's really on the doll. The other two dolls look very tangible, like I could just reach into the picture and pick them out. But Frankie just, they look a little off. I think there was a lot of editing going on with this one, but you can see where they cut out the from the stock photo, like you can see the white background. So it's just pretty cool. I really, really like the face sculpt for Frankie. They look so, so good. Love the purple lips. I don't feel like we've ever seen Frankie with that particular lip color, and it's beautiful. I like the hair a lot. I'm just not the biggest fan of, and I like the shaved sides on Venus, but a lot of modern dolls like have just ruined shaved sides for me. But I think depending on how the doll's profile looks, which I think is going to be quite cute, I think they are going to have really, really cute profiles. And it looks like we're seeing, I mean, yeah, we're seeing differentiated face molds for each one. That was a standard with Monster High. That was something extremely impressive with Monster High in particular. They always had different face molds for every single character, except for a few exceptions like Cupid and Gulia, I believe share a face mold. I don't know. So I'm glad that they're going to continue with that. I'm just, even if the look of these isn't your favorite, it's hard to deny the very apparent quality and effort that went into them. They are definitely fashionably different. The fashions are giving me like Monster Highified brats, honestly. Like the amount of layers and the shape of the different outfits and the silhouettes that I'm seeing. I don't know, but the alleged Cleo thing that I maybe have seen, I can't share it. I'm sorry. It's but it's all over the internet. You can find it, but I'm legally and morally I can't. But that Cleo looks a lot more like Monster High, like original Monster High than these ones. I'm very impressed. I think the Letterman, these are printed on buttons. Ew. Ew. That's not my favorite. But Frankie's shirt seems to have actual little rivets and like lacing through it, which is pretty cool. And I love the collar. This is Frankie seems to have a lot of like printed on detail, and I don't know why they did that to them, but they look really good regardless. I think out of this particular picture of these particular dolls, Frankie unfortunately is the weakest, even though allegedly in like, the movie trailers and stuff, Frankie was my favorite. So I don't know. Um, these dolls all look amazing. I'm very, very impressed with them. But I'm a big like original reboot apologist as well though. Like I feel like they get way more flack than they should, and now that people are seeing these and deciding that they hate them immediately without actually like thinking about it, people are starting to defend the reboot now, the original reboot. But I just wanted to remind you guys that these aren't meant to be the original Monster High characters. They're meant to be like inspired into a reboot. The characters are wildly different than they were um, just from the movie trailers and descriptions that I've seen. This is meant to be Monster High for new fans, and if it's not for you, that's totally fine. There's so much media related to Monster High that you can consume and continue to consume. I guarantee you haven't seen it all. There's comics, there's an anime if you didn't know that. There's multiple different there's like the movies, there's the shows, there's two different books or three different book series actually. There's so many different things to explore with the original Monster High. We had 10 years or not 10 years. We had like 6 or 7 years of just really fantastic content for Monster High, and give these a chance. You don't have to like them, you don't have to support them, you don't have to think about them, but don't use your energy to just run around and blindly bash and hate something just because it's different, cuz not everything has to be for you. And I know sometimes it's hard because Monster High is really close to a lot of us, like it means a lot to a lot of us. But it's moving on. It's growing beyond us, and the next generation, if this is good, will have a similar experience to us. And we as collectors, if we don't like them, we don't have to worry about it, or as original Monster High fans, you don't have to worry about it. It's not really affecting anything, and the success of these will likely cause more collectors and more creep productions to creep onto the shelves. I'm I cannot wait for these to hit stores. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the final look of the dolls because these are almost certainly prototypes. I'm just, I'm floored, honestly. I'm floored. Like, these are fantastic. And I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with me, and that's totally fine, but I just ask that if you're going to critique it, people like to critique things and say, like, oh, that's bad quality, but what they mean by that is I don't like the look of it, but that has nothing to do with the inherent quality of something or the inherent quality of the design. It just means that it's not for you, and that's fine. It's not for you. It doesn't have to be. Personally, these are for me. These are right up my alley. These are glorious. I'm very excited. And I'm excited. I'm very excited to see how these go. The original Monster High dolls were absolutely not perfect. They were riddled with strange flaws like the glue seepage, horrific eye wonk, the elastic hips on the originals. It's time to see something new, and I'm excited for it, and I hope you guys are too. I will definitely be picking these up as soon as I possibly can, and yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.